You don't look autistic. Hey guys, welcome back to the AspieWorld. My name is Dan, I have autism, and I make weekly videos on this kind of content, so if you're new around here and you'd like to learn more, remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking that notification bell, and follow this page to see more videos just like this one. Okay guys, so if I had £1 for every time somebody said to me, you don't look autistic, I would be a bazillionaire 3 million times over. Oh my god. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. I wanted to do this video because it's almost like a disclaimer, like me venting at the internet about something that really, really annoys me. Now, people will say the stupidest stuff to autistic individuals, like, hey, you're too old to have autism, or like, you don't look autistic, or you couldn't tell. I mean, goodness me, what even does that mean? Because like, autism doesn't have a look, okay? I'm sorry, but it doesn't have a look, okay? There's no look of autism, okay? So, it's just rude. But the answer to why these people say these things lies in the education part of society. So as people grow in a society and more people are diagnosed with autism because we have better healthcare systems, we have better diagnostic criteria, we have more people learning about it, the problem we've got is the education side don't really educate people in the ins and outs of what is and what isn't conditions. You know, that nobody tells you, hey, this is how people on the autism spectrum are, apart from people like me on the internet doing these videos. But in terms of people's downright ignorance to just not go and learn it, or maybe they don't even have time to learn about it, because they think that we'd be told something if it was important, right? Because we're presented with things like Hollywood that shows movies like Rain Man and other autistic characters in films, which I'm not going to mention, but they represent only like one type of trait, or they represent only one type of like minority of people on the autism spectrum, like a non-verbal person who also has learning difficulties or severe intellectual disabilities, you know? And that's not all autism is. You know, some people on the autism spectrum are like that. It's called a spectrum for a reason. Now, how are we going to overcome this issue? You don't look autistic. Well, okay, thanks, but you know, you don't look ignorant, but you still are. And it's kind of like, it's probably like one of my pet peeves, because what happens, and I did a video all about this imposter syndrome, right? And I'll leave a link for that in the description of this video, but I did a video on imposter syndrome and how, like, when somebody says you don't look autistic, or you're not autistic enough in their eyes to have the diagnosis of autism, you then start feeling like, oh, well, you know, you start feeling like guilty for having a condition that somebody else has a worse form of this condition, you know, like somebody else struggles in a different way because they're non-verbal, or they have more intellectual disability, and then you think like, oh goodness, you know, like. And they shouldn't be like that. You know, autism is a spectrum. Everybody has their abilities to, you know, how everyone has different support needs, and that's how it is. It's a spectrum of support needs, and we should never be like told, you know, by somebody who is completely uneducated and not even, you know, a scholar in the field of psychiatric kind of neurological conditions, that you don't look autistic in their eyes. Well, that's great, but their opinion does not matter. And I think a lot of autistic people need to realize that the opinions of those people does not matter. What matters is how you then deal with the education part of it. Now, we could all take massive offense to it, like I do, and I take offense to it and I go, oh my goodness, but then I think, oh, okay, this person is obviously either ignorant or uneducated, and so both of those, the solution is education. So I then take my time to say, well, no, you know, autism is a spectrum. It doesn't have a specific look. What do you think autism is? How have you seen autism before? And they'll probably spout off something about Hollywood, where they've seen this autistic person in Hollywood, or blah, blah, blah. And this is the key. You then open that dialogue, and then you have time to educate them. Check out a blog or a newspaper or a news article or a magazine or a podcast or a video or whatever that you can refer to, like the National Autistic Society's website, that has good data from autistic people that they could learn about it. And I think that is the way to challenge and combat this whole you don't look autistic nonsense. It's probably the most frustrating thing that I see all the time, and everybody who, look, if you agree with what I'm saying in this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate to know your values on it. Or if you have anything else to add, pop it in a comment. I read every single one. But in terms of, you know, how to solve this issue, I think we just have to re-educate people. We need to actually get information out there. And we're doing it. You know, we're building this YouTube and Facebook army like I'm doing right now to help go out there and spread the word and be the change of positivity in the world. And I love that, right? And we're making positive change. We're making leaps and strides in this. But in terms of, you know, how are we going to do it? This is how, you know, we just need to enter into those conversations, even though it may be upsetting for us at that time. And if you have the ability to enter into that conversation, then do it, because you are helping many autistic people. I'm actually going to be running kind of more polls and stuff on my Instagram. So if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, you can head over to @TheAspieWorld on Instagram as well. Link will be in the description of this video and the show notes. But by creating all this content that, you know, myself and all my friends and colleagues who are in this space on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else and TikTok, making all of these videos and content pieces to help people on the autism spectrum, help you know, magnify that message of equal kind of spectrum understanding, I think we're going to be able to change the world, and I think that's a powerful thing. Guys, if you want to support me on Patreon to help support this mission, that would be super amazing. The link for Patreon will be in the description of this video, which is just patreon.com/TheAspieWorld, and I have an opportunity for you to come on board, work with me, and help me create videos like this one and more, and be on the AspieWorld board. Or you can just donate as little as $2 a month just to support this as a little tip jar, because everything you guys can give would help boost this channel and help me out a lot, because that would just be fantastic. Guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section if you have anything to add, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.